Why are you? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Stampin' with Susie Q. We are going to do some fun cards tonight, but before we get into making our cards, I want to share a couple of things with you. These are the cards that I made 2 weeks ago on March 28th. Of course, I was sick last week and I didn't do a video. These were done by a recorded video that night because I had my meeting. So we made a sympathy card using the Lovely Tree. I believe it's the Lovely Tree stamp set that's new. Loveliest Tree. So we used that stamp set and the die. And then this was the Happy Birthday one. And this was using some of the new paper. I don't remember what the name of it was because that's just the way it rolls. I just don't remember. So that is that card. And the winner of both of these cards is Cindy McGee. So thank you, Cindy, for participating and commenting a lot on that video. We'll get those cards to you. Hello, Karen. How are you doing tonight? I'm glad that you were able to join us. Okay, so just a few reminders. Our last chance products from the mini catalog. That's the wrong one. I grabbed an old piece of printed paper. But anyway, our last chance catalogs for the products. I just found my hex codes for my Stampin' Up! Colors. Dorothy asked me for it, and I said, well, I know I've got it. I printed it out, but I don't know where I put it. And I just happened to look down, and there it was. But the last chance product sale is going on now currently. So that started on Tuesday. Some of the product is discounted up to 60%. So you might want to go out and check out that. Dorothy just changed the hex code, and so now she's all excited. If you're not familiar with what the hex code is, it's the color number of the colors that Stampin' Up! Uses, well, that any company uses. They have certain codes.
That's Summer Splash.
Dorothy just did Summer Splash. She's so excited. Hi, Cherie. How are you? I'm so glad that you're able to join me tonight. My mat is kind of dirty, so I'm picking at stuff. Okay. All right. Ladies, I want you to know that I received our new catalogs in shipment today. So they are going to be all ready for our catalog launch party on the 27th of April. I am so excited about that day. We're going to have some refreshments. We're going to have some examples of cards made with the new stamp sets and products. And I'm also going to offer a free make and take that all you have to do is just make the project. You don't even have to bring any adhesive, scissors, or nothing. No supplies. It's all on me that day. So the more I have flipped through this catalog, the more I'm really liking it. And once I get another stamp set that I have in my mind. Oh, now she's changing every color, ladies.
No, I just wanted to find one that popped for today.
Oh, okay. So she wanted to find one that popped. Give her a piece of paper that has hex codes on it, and she's going to play with it. I don't understand it. Okay, so
you're never getting this piece of paper back.
Other news for Susie Q's stamping is
I'm allergic to cats and dogs.
Took Dorothy to the allergist today, and she's allergic to everything outside. I mean, tree pollens, molds, grass, everything. So I guess I'm going to put her in a bubble and roll her down the back hill because she's not going to be worth anything mowing grass or anything, I guess. I don't know. But that's just the way it goes.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
That's right. All right, so the cards that I had planned to make last week is what I'm making this week. And I want to show you how simple and easy it is to make some pretty cards. Oh, Karen, you're allergic to everything too? Well, we'll put you both in a bubble and ship you off to outer space because that's where the doctor said you need to live if you're allergic to everything outside.
Hi, Anna.
Oh, Anna, you must be out on YouTube. So hello tonight. I'm glad that you're joining us. So this is the Thoughtful Journey Memories and More card pack. And this is a very pretty card pack, let me tell you. So you get, I've used several sheets, so I can't count them. You get 28 pieces in this card pack. So you've got the ones that measure the 4x6, and then the back reverse side of that has a greeting on it. Then you have this pretty one here. Hi, Cindy. I'm so glad that you made it.
Don't.
Oh, don't. I'm not supposed to tell you anything. You're going to get a message. And then the back side of it has this design on it. And then there's one here that says the best day ever. And it just kind of gets written across the whole watermark or watercolor picture there. And then on the back of that, it's just kind of got some blue and gray leaves and things. So that's really pretty. And then, of course, the two pieces that I'm using tonight for our cards. And it also comes with these little cards that measure 3 by 4. So these little ones you can also use on cards. So that's one. That's the one side. And then there's one side. I love this one with the alternating blue and the peach pie and see, what did I, yeah, nope. And there's the back of that one. So you could stamp a greeting on this one here. They've got to celebrate today. Thanks so very much. And that's just got, it looks like it's wild wheat. Then they have the one that's got a stripe on the back. Life is an adventure, with the front of that being like that. Sending all my love. And then that's got some little dots on the back of it. The sky is the limit. I'm going to make a card like this with the airplane set, I think, because I think that would be really kind of pretty. Then that side is like that. I think these are just duplicates of what I already had. There's this one here that you can put a sentiment on, and the back is some trees. So this is a really nice set, and I believe this set is, let me see where I can find it in the catalog. Oh, let's see. Where is it at? So tell me what you all have been doing lately, okay? Because I want to know. I'm nosy. These will be found on page 26 of the new catalog. And I am really excited about these. So the Thoughtful Journey Memories and More pack is $11.50. So you get the 28 double-sided cards that are the 3 by 4 and then the 4 by 6s. And then you can make cards with them, or you can use these in scrapbooking. Okay. As some of you may have heard, Stampin' Up! Is offering to the makers of Close to My Heart company that is going out of business. I believe I heard that the owner was very sick, and that was why she was closing Close to My Heart. So Stampin' Up! Has offered a great deal to those Close to My Heart makers to come over and be Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And so by the end of the year, first of next year, we will be offering some more scrapbooking supplies. So I'm excited about that because I know that I have some customers that are strictly scrapbookers. Sorry, I am so dry. All right, so for tonight, I showed you what we're going to use as far as the paper. I'm going to use two different stamp sets. The Thoughtful Wishes is a new stamp set. Comforting Thoughts was in, I think it's an online exclusive. I'm double checking here. Yes. Comforting Thoughts is a online exclusive, and then Thoughtful Wishes is going to be in the new catalog. Okay, so what I did was I took out the sentiments from these two stamp sets to use tonight. All right, so let's get started with our first card. And this is the card that I'm going to make. So this is one of the pieces that you get in the package, and it's a 4x6, but I want it as a card front, so we're going to cut it down. Karen, I know I have been gone every single day this week. I will be gone tomorrow after our coffee and chat to get my hair done. So every single day this week, I have been gone. It's just, I don't know why, but some weeks are just like that. So because, I got to score this. So I'm using Calypso Coral, and it's just cut at the 5.5 by 8.5, and then scored at 4 1/4. Just a normal card base. And this is too big. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut off some on both sides of this. I believe I cut off 1/4 inch. Yes, I did. 1/4 inch off of both sides of this piece so that I would have it still relatively even in the center. Okay, there is my 1/4 inch mark. So we're going to cut that piece off, but we're not going to throw these away because we're going to use these on the inside of our card. Okay, and I did not trim off anything off of the, well, now I must have done something wrong. Hi, Charlene. I must have trimmed off a little bit more than 1/4 inch, so we're going to just take off another 1/8 inch off of this side. Because now this should measure 5. Well, it still isn't measuring 5 1/4, so let's turn it around and cut off a little bit more to measure 5 1/4. Okay. Now, I'm just throwing stuff all over my desk. All right. So now that is going to make our complete card front. Now, if you wanted to, you could cut it out with a die, but I chose not to on this one. So we're going to set this aside because we're going to use that for the next card as well. I'm going to burnish my Calypso Coral really good. I'm using some of the basic white baker's twine, and we're going to wrap it around our, what are you laughing at? Oh, I thought you were laughing at me because I was messing up.
No, I'm just still overly excited about the hex codes.
Oh, Dorothy's just really excited about the hex codes. Imagine. Okay, whoops, take that lid off of there.
Now I'm laughing.
Now you're laughing. All right. I'm just going to attach it on the back so that it stays where I want it to. And I'm not really worried that if it's going to go over my letters because you can still read the letters. Have you ever just had one of those days? That's mine today. like everything I touched is wonky. Okay, and we're going to just bring it back to the back side, and I'm going to put a little bit more adhesive there. Hi, Stephanie. How are you, girlfriend? I got to call you after the video tonight, or you can call me because I got a question for you. And you always seem not to answer my phone calls. I know you're just avoiding me. Yes, I am feeling better. I don't know how many of you that I've told, but Mom has decided that she wants to go live at a residential facility. So she is moving from the home that she has lived in since about November, December of, oh, well, maybe you need to turn your phone on so that you can hear when I call you, Stephanie. She has lived in this house since 1977. So it's been a very long time. So she is moving to Eldon to live at the Lee house. Oh, that's not what I did on this card. Silly me. I made a knot. So I just took a strand of the baker's twine. I better give myself some more. The way that I'm going tonight, I would short myself and I wouldn't be able to get a knot tied decently. I was getting caught up thinking about my second card that I did tie a bow on. So her move out date is May 2nd is her move-in date there. We are moving her belongings that she wants to take with her the weekend of the 27th and 28th. Not to worry, I'm still doing my catalog launch party because I won't move her until in the afternoon when my brother and nephew and hopefully my son can come and help. He said he was. He didn't think he had a motorcycle rally that day. So, all right. So I'm just going to tie a knot just like so. Cut off a little bit so that the tails aren't hanging over. I think she will, Karen. I really do. She's Mom was always so social in doing things, and being at home now a lot by herself, it's just not working. She just doesn't enjoy it. And so she gets really kind of depressed and down, and there's really nothing that anybody can do. So I think she will enjoy living there. It's just a matter of knowing what she can take and how much is going to fit in her room there at the facility. And her friends from church in Eldon live there, so they'll be able to stop by and see her. So we are just going to place this now on the front of our card. And of course, we need to bling it up a little bit. So I am using some of the new Adhesive Backed Pearl Trio gems. And they have a color that looks like the Calypso Coral. And so that's the color that I'm going to use. Whoops, wrong end. I want to use the putty end. So I'm just going to place 3 of these pearls. And I'm going to try not to necessarily place them right on the, aren't these happy colors, Karen? I just love them. The new papers that we've got in, oh, I'm really excited about a lot of the new products. So now we're going to stamp our inside. So that's just going to be on a piece of basic white. Oh. And we're going to stamp the greeting, "May all your wishes come true," since this is a birthday card. And I'm going to stamp it in Calypso Coral. And you can pick up so many different colors from this paper. You've got Calypso Coral, Blackberry Bliss, Boho Blue, Cajun Craze, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. So there's so many different color combinations that you could do with this Memories and More pack. So may all your wishes come true. Let's cross our fingers that it's straight. Looks straight to me. Oh, I've got a fly, I think, that just bit my back. Silly old fly. Would you mind cleaning that stamp for me, please?
Do you have a cleaner?
I do not. I haven't unpacked it. Audrey had map testing in Sedalia Tuesday and Wednesday. So we went up there, and while we were sitting there waiting for her doing the test, Dorothy and I worked on I should say we worked on some swap cards that I have to have ready to go out in the mail by Tuesday. We got them about, what would you say?
Halfway done.
About halfway done. Still got to do some more stuff on them, but all right. So now those 2 pieces of scrap paper that we had, I'm going to just lay both of those down on each side of our inside piece. And because things are happening, I better make sure that this is cut to the right size. And it is. You see, we all make mistakes sometimes. So don't think that just because I'm a demonstrator, Sue doesn't make mistakes, because ask anybody. Miss Cindy, you're awful quiet tonight. I have a question to ask you too. I will probably give you a call tomorrow when I'm sitting in the beauty shop getting my hair permed. So anyway, so yeah, we're getting Mom's stuff, but she's starting to get stuff together that she wants to take. She was up the other night all night moving furniture around, not in person, but in her head, to see how much she could fit in her little apartment. It's going to be kind of a cute apartment. She's going to have a window right out to one of the streets there in Eldon, so she'll be able to see when the parades go past if she doesn't want to sit outside in the cold or nasty weather. Heck, I might join her in the room so that I don't have to sit outside in the cold, nasty weather. I don't care about catching candy. All right. So here we are going to just put this right there and see how pretty that is. And there's hardly anything to it. If you weren't talking as much as I was, you could get this done in really, like 5 minutes or less. All right, so that's the card number 1 for us. These back in my sleeve. And card number 2, we're going to use the Deckled Rectangles, and I believe those are going to become an online exclusive, ladies. So, but I don't remember for sure. So if you haven't got these dies, think about real seriously about ordering them. And if you've already placed your order for our class next week, contact me and I'll give you my personal okay, Dorothy's going to put it out, my personal host code, so that if you've already placed your order, but you want to see something else that you just have to have before it goes out, then go ahead and order that using my personal host code. All right, so here is a piece of Lost Lagoon, and I've already die cut it using this die. All right, maybe I ought to show you the card first, huh? So this is the second card that we're going to make. And then I have a friend that's at church and she has leukemia, so I'm going to send this card to her. I am not going to stamp Cancer Sucks. in your card, okay? But I made this card because I thought, oh, I want to send that to Ruth because she's got leukemia, and I thought that the nice bright colors would cheer her up a little bit. So here is another one of those 4x6 cards that says thinking of you today, and on the back side of it, it has little polka dots. So what I did was I took the next size down from the die that I cut my Lost Lagoon out of, and I'm just going to kind of center it. Oh, I know, Cindy. Those are some of my favorite dies. I'm going to center it to where the border, first, before I do that, I have to trim it down. Remember, because it is 4x6, so I have to take off a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take off, because it's 6 inches. No, actually, I need to take off, one, two, I need to take off 3/4 of an inch to get it down to be, no, I don't, because I'm cutting it out with a rectangle. Yes, I do, because I'm going to put it in as a frame. So I need to cut off 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to cut it off. Nope, that's not the way I did it either. You see, when I do a card a week before I'm going to show how to do it, I get confused because I can't cut it off because I want to use it as a frame. So I want to cut my frame out, or my middle out first. So let's rewind what I was saying. We're going to do it this way. And I am going to center that frame over my words. And then I'm going to take it over to my die machine, or my cutting machine. And we're going to cut this out. So besides Karen, who else likes these colors that are on this card pack? Let me know in the comments. Because they are very bright and cheerful colors. But then I am really liking these watercolor background scenic papers that we've got. All right, so now I've got, you know what? I think I pulled out the wrong deckled rectangle. That's okay. It's not a mistake.
Anna said that they're very happy cards, and she loves the colors.
Yes, I think they are very happy cards too, even if you're sending it as a kind of like a get well card for this one. Okay, I just used my Post-it sticky stuff. All right. What did I do here? Oh my goodness sakes. I used the big one, not the little one. Duh. All right. Just going to do it again. That's the big one. This is the little one. This is the one that I want to put down here. So it's not a big deal. Our frame on the inside just won't be as wide as my example one. See, I think sometimes I get to talking and I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. All right. And yeah, as long as Facebook will let me do StreamYard, ladies, I'll be on both platforms, Facebook and YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do when Facebook does not allow us to be on a third-party streaming thing. But I will let you all know in advance. All right. I'm going to quit talking here for a minute and concentrate so that I don't mess up anymore. Because you only get 2 pieces of each of this. And so I had to be very careful as far as my which 2 I picked out. All right, so now that's there. This is my frame, and this is going to go on the inside of my card. This is the new color, Peach Pie. Huh. I don't want peach pie, but I sure could do for an apple pie right now. I'm going to go ahead and score this at 4 1/4. Okay, now this one is going to go portrait. And this, of course, needs to be trimmed down. So it's going to be trimmed down, and I'm going to trim it more at the top. So it is 6 inches. We're going to bring it over and cut it off at 1/4 of an inch. Now you could save this strip of paper, but I'm not going to. And I'm going to rotate it. You made a blackberry cobbler, Karen. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love blackberry cobbler. All right, so this needs to come down here, and that's going to be there, which is going to cut off. We're going to just kind of eyeball this and keep trimming so that I don't cut off too much off of one end or one side and have it look silly for us. So there we go. All right. So has anybody, I know Cherie has responded and Karen responded to coming to the catalog launch. I got to turn my fan on. I'm starting to get hot. I bet it was good, Karen. All right, so now I'm going to take this piece here and I'm going to put it around my white piece after I stamp, because if I stamp and it doesn't fit and I've already glued this down, then I don't have the frame. So we're going to stamp our greeting that says, hope this is a feel better kind of day. And we're going to do that in our peach pie. If I can get it open. We're going to, oh no, Charlene. Yeah, senior moments. I've forgotten a lot of things that I needed to pre-order. But you could go back in and reorder it. Since you haven't ordered it, you still can. All right, so I'm going to center this. Hope this is a feeling better kind of day. Okay, would you clean that for me, please? I said please.
Yeah, but you hid my thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought you took it again.
All right, so that is our peach pie. Now, since that turned out and I stamped it so nice, now I'm going to go ahead and put glue on my frame.
I wouldn't do that.
You
I'm
wouldn't?
gonna get glue all over you.
Oh, I'm not, either, because I'm going to use my silicone mat. I'm going to lay it down and then I'm going to put the glue down. I like the other side too, the polka dot side. Yeah, I get you on that. I totally understand about that stretching the budget part. I don't think I'm going to make my what is it called, challenge, because I remembered last year in April that was when pre-order was, and that's why my sales were so high. It's like, yeah, pre-order was a month earlier this time. So there we have our frame. So we haven't really wasted any of our paper from this 1 4x6. So that's going to go on the inside. And I've got the paper to start planning the cards for our Xenia class. That is such pretty paper. So I'm, all right, I have to admit, ladies, I don't have my taxes done. So before I can do anything fun, I have to get those taxes done this weekend. And I laid that down for
Monday.
what? Okay, so I've got 4 days. This is a little crooked, so I gotta lift it up. So I'm gonna huff and I'm gonna puff and I'll probably pass out. Dorothy can take over.
Had me huffing and puffing on a breath thing about saw stars.
Just when I think I've got it where I can get it laid down straight, that's when it gets crooked. And of course, it's always when I put a piece right in the center of the cardstock. And pretty much get. Glue's a little bit tougher for me. But my Stampin' Seal Plus, as long as I haven't pressed it down too hard, I can get it to come up for me. Okay. Come here. Well, Karen, if you want, you can still get the kit and I'll give you the directions on making them. Because they're not going to be difficult cards. I think there's going to be 3 regular cards and 1 fun fold card. All right, so now that's on the inside for us. Yes, Charlene, I want you to come. Yeah, you can come to the catalog launch. You'll be able to do a free make and take and see some examples so that you'll get some ideas on how to make cards. Are you kidding me, Cherie? That is ridiculous. They've just had an increase in January. Are they trying to make people stop sending cards and packages? That's what I feel like they're doing.
But yet they still can't get the correct mail to the correct one.
All right, I'm going to take, that is just ridiculous. I think everybody needs to write Congress. Nope, Charlene, you don't need to bring anything. All right, so out of the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set, there is my dots or my blobs, as I call them. And so we're going to take that and we're going to just use our Versamark and we're just going to do some blobs around on our Lost Lagoon. And you don't have to worry about doing too many in the middle because you're going to be covering that area up. But you want to kind of make sure that you have it on your sides because it's going to show. We want it to show. Kind of turn that blob around so that you don't have all the same color. The same color. They're, of course, they're going to be the same color, right? The same circles or blobs showing. They haven't been 44 cents for a while. They're now what, 69 cents, I think, that they went up in January. It's just ridiculous. And I think everybody ought to boycott it, but you know, I can't drive to every state that I want to send cards to. Okay, so now what you'll need to do is kind of check out, because you're going to put this piece on top of this piece. So you want to make sure that you've got your dots showing to give it some of that texture, okay? And I also did the dot around on my peach pie. So I'm just going to open this up and we're going to do the same thing. I want to close this up so I can do this one side. And it's just going to kind of give it a little bit of texture. There is no rhyme or reason how I'm doing this. You just kind of flip that stamp in your hand and go around and stamp those blobs. And remember with Versamark, it just kind of, it's a clear ink, so the color of your cardstock will show through. I'm 75 cents to send a first class letter. I think I'm going to start looking into one of these postal machines that I can get cheaper, I think. I don't know. Looks like I need one right down there. Yep, right there in the corner. It doesn't have one. That corner was feeling left out. All right. So now that is finished. If you would clean that one for me, please. All right. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to lay down our Lost Lagoon piece, and we're going to lay it kind of on an angle. And I know some of you have a hard time with this, but it gives it a very unique looking card, okay? It just gives it a different look versus just everything is straight. I know those of us with OCD, we have an issue with that, right? But we got to face our fears and change. So there we have it laid down there. Now we're going to use some dimensionals on our decorative card front. And I'm just going to put a dimensional on each corner, in the middle of each side. Yes, using Versamark is a really neat way to use for tone on tone. Okay. Now I'll use my take your pick end. Pick these papers right off of there. Whoops. Come on. You should have seen the people looking at us Tuesday. She was at the Best Western in Sedalia taking her maps test. And we had these two tables that were right under the lights. And we had stuff all over those tables. They'd walk by and just kind of look. Nobody asked what we were doing, though, because I was ready to tell them. All right. Now this one gets laid on it straight. And I just kind of looked at my sides and my corners and kind of decided how much was overhang. So there it is with the dimensionals. Now I'm going to take, this is where we're going to make the bow. So I'm going to wrap it around here several times because I want a big bow. So I think I did it 4 times. So there's once, twice, times, and 4 times.
Anna says it's so pretty.
Thank you, Anna. All right. We'll tie our bow. I have been loving this warm weather. Man. The wind, not so much, but the warm weather, yeah. I am hoping. I'm going to have to mow grass this weekend because, you know, my cohort over here, she's allergic to grass, pollens.
Okay, and what did I say I would help you do?
She said she would do it anyway, even though she was allergic.
Highly allergic, not just allergic.
Yeah, she's highly allergic. I think I'm highly allergic too.
I should have had them test for mom genes.
Mom genes to see about being allergic to mom genes? Yeah, okay. Now I'm just going to kind of spread out my loops. Cherie says to wear a mask.
I've tried.
She's tried. It doesn't work so well.
Breathe. I can't breathe either way.
She's just a hot mess. Okay, let me get my glue dots out here. All right. I did take all my glue dots off my roll and I rewound them the other way so that I could pick them off the way I was used to doing it a long time ago. But I would suggest keeping your old rolls so that you can do that and not have a mess like I did. Okay, I'm just kind of squeezing that glue dot so that it's not sticking out from underneath the top or the bottom. We're going to put that up here in the corner of our card. And now I'm going to take some of those butterflies and dragonflies. Butterflies and dragonflies. No. Dragonflies and birds. You could use the butterflies too. Excuse me. And we are going to put some birds on here. It's got a glue dot stick in there. All right, so I'm going to take, oh, I've got 2 sheets. I wondered what was going on. I'm going to take a bird that's facing to the left. I'm a hot mess, ladies. This bird is facing to the right. And I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to take one of the one of the birds that's flying to the left and put it down here. And then I think I took another one flying to the right and I put it down here. So we're done with these. We've got our inside done. We've got our outside done. So what do you think, ladies? Pretty simple, aren't they? But yet they look really, really cool and very, very pretty, very, very nice. And sometimes simple is good, especially when you want a card that is just fast and easy. You know, you think, oh, I want to send somebody a card because they're not feeling too good. I always wind up forgetting because I want to make it a spectacular card. And so then it never gets made. And then by the time I think about it again, they're not sick anymore, right? So those are our cards for the night. And so remember, that's the Thoughtful Journey Memories and More pack. And that will go on sale from the new catalog May 1st. We will have our catalog launch party on May 27th, starting at 11 and going for about an hour and a half. It's kind of like if you're there at 11 and you get done looking at everything that I want to show you and we discuss things, then you are more than welcome to leave whenever you choose. But like I said, I'm going to have some examples of cards made with the new product. I'm going to have a simple make and take for you to use that's using the new product. So you'll have a chance to kind of see what it looks like. I will be offering the paper share as well as the ribbon share. And that will be on a pre-order basis. So if you give me your order that day of the catalog launch party, then I will be able to order it come May 1st because I've already done my consumable supplies that I can order and can't order again now until when the customers can order. So that will be a pre-order and pay for the paper share, which will include all of the paper in the new catalog. Let me think. It's going to include the shimmery papers that come with the sweets and things. You're going to get a sampling of that. And then you'll get a sampling. Did we decide we were going to do all ribbons or just the new ribbons? I can't remember.
I think it was just a new, but
I think we were just going to do the 5 in colors plus the basic beige. Yeah. So we'll have 6 colors for our ribbon that we'll have a ribbon share with.
Just be able to keep price.
just to keep the price down so it doesn't cost as much. Okay, so Cindy McGee, I need to talk to you, and Stephanie, I need to talk to you. So I will be contacting both of you. Don't forget coffee and chat tomorrow. Not sure what card sketch we're going to do, but I'm going to figure it out right after this.
Figure it out at 6 o'clock in the
No, I'm going to figure it out tonight because Chuck is getting ready to go to a camp this weekend. He had hoped to leave today, but because he was sick 4 days last week, he didn't get everything done. So consequently, he is still working on getting things made up. So that is it for tonight, ladies. I will see you again back here next. Tomorrow. I'll see you back here tomorrow for coffee, chat, and a card. And my next Stamping with Suzie Q on Thursday nights will be on the 18th. So until then, everybody, you all have a great week. We'll see you tomorrow. Bring your questions, and we will see you later. Bye.